Is it a V-Strom review or a P-Strom review?
V-Strom is what Suzuki says, or branded it as.
V-Strom 800D. Do you think this can live up to the legendary status of the V-Strom 650?
We did a ride.
We did a ride. So let's find out if this is a V-Strom successor or is just a P-Strom. So CK, I have a question in mind.
Yeah, Baske.
Why did it take Suzuki 20 years to replace the V-Strom 650? It has not undergone any change for 20 years. If it were a European brand, by now there would have been at least
Four
four generations of it. If they took 20 years, I hope this is damn good.
20 years of research and development.
Yeah, that's why I guess the V-Strom 650 is so solid, proven, and legendary status.
Nothing goes wrong with that, man.
And nothing goes wrong. I don't think anything will go wrong with this either. Knowing the Japanese, very scrupulous, very systematic. They don't play to the market. No bling,
No blame.
no show. Function over form. That's the Japanese way, at least to a large extent. European way is more form over function. If it looks good, doesn't function well, it's still okay with Europeans. With the Japanese, it has to function well. Even if it doesn't look good, it does not matter. This has got some bling on the front end.
Yes, I noticed it.
Start with the looks then.
Yeah,
What do you think of the looks?
it's looking good.
Yeah.
Proportionate, unlike the Johnny Bravo of the V-Strom 650.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo was a bit disproportionate, a bit too heavy on top.
Yes. So this looks okay, proportionate on the ice, and yeah, it's a bit edgier is what we can see. What do you say?
Yes, I agree. Those lovely looking small LEDs. It's really got a bit of the transformer look. I don't know, maybe Suzuki employed a European designer for this. It's very unlike a Japanese machine. This is more KTM-esque. Electronics, ABS, 3 modes. As again, that's the Japanese simplicity coming in. It is just 1, 2 and off.
Okay.
Traction control, 1, 2 and off.
Yeah.
Engine mode, A, B, C. Or is it the other way around? However, it is either A, B, C or 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
It's not like the Europeans who give it all those blingy
Snow,
names. No,
gravel, off-road, adventure, rock
Ice,
climbing.
rock, boulder, street, urban, track, dirt,
Touring.
slush, touring, suspension. Oh, the Europeans can really get very gimmicky at marketing. Plain Jane Japanese style. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Which is actually good. I like this.
Simplicity.
Simple display. Toggle is very easy. Select 1, 2, 3, move right, 1, 2, 3, move right, 1, 2, 3. That's the end of that. It is quite simple. I am happy. I prefer this over giving fancy names and overly adjustable suspensions and combinations. Simplicity, yes. And on the electronic side, a couple of things which come from the V-Strom. One is that easy start.
Yeah.
We don't need to hold the button down, just touch it once and it cranks until the engine fires up. And the second one is the low speed assist.
Yeah, I find that very good in your toll booths and stuff
Toll
like
booths,
that. Yeah.
basement parking, in parking lots, very easy. You don't need the hand on the throttle, just release the clutch, it doesn't stall, it starts to roll. So these two very useful features. No gimmicks, no bling. Simplicity, practicality. How did you find the braking?
Sharp.
Yes. Yes.
It is sharp.
Effortless.
Precise.
Effortless. I found both the front and the rear very nice. One of the best. Probably we've been riding outdated motorcycles for too long, CK. We need to step into the current world now. This is current anyway, so we have stepped in. So don't worry. Don't worry. Suspension.
Suspension. Front is simply too good.
Yes, excellent, excellent.
Excellent front suspension. But somehow I find the rear not complementing this front very well. I find it a bit hard.
Probably for your weight, it's not yet set up.
Yes.
The front default setting seems to suit both of us. We are in the mid 70s weight category. The rear, I cranked down the preload a bit.
Okay.
I went soft, it felt better.
How many notches?
I went 4 turns.
Okay. I did 2 turns.
You did 2, maybe a couple of more you should be able to.
On the way back.
Yeah. Overall, very good suspension, sprung beautifully. All dips, bumps, bad roads, speed breakers, pretty well. You went flying over one, both wheels in the air.
Yeah?
Yeah, you were
Okay.
near Electronic City, or I'll say after Electronic City, you have those
Tabletops?
big tabletops. Yeah, you actually took it like a tabletop. Both the wheels took, you were in the air, you're about a foot off the ground,
Wow.
and then you landed, both the wheels touched down simultaneously. So either that was by accident.
I
by
know I'm not
chance.
skilled.
Absolutely, it is not your skill. How can, no, don't even think about it.
The bike is making me look good.
Good, just like social media.
Just like social
You
media.
look better on it than in real life. TFT,
Yeah, TFT screen.
decent.
It is decent, legible, has all the right information
Yeah.
that you're looking for. What more?
And it's got that day and night
Yeah.
mode. It switches according to the ambient light. Simple.
It's simple. Yeah,
I don't
the
need
fonts
a-
are neat.
Owner's manual to understand how to read the dash.
Yes.
232 kilos. That's pretty heavy, right?
Yeah. I thought they would have some diets, reduce the weight.
It's the only area where I think it's kind of a letdown. Although, when riding, completely fantastic. It feels super light. It does not feel 230. It doesn't even feel 200 kgs if you ask me.
The low speed maneuvers, they were like amazing, Busky.
And I rode it in traffic back home from
Yeah.
the dealership. Avanish Motors on Double Road. You got this from Aryan Motors.
Yeah, and they are put up all the way in Mahadevpura, the other end of the city.
Took you an hour to get to JP Nagar. It
Yeah.
took me about 30 minutes in peak hour traffic, Saturday evening traffic. And I was riding it like a regular motorcycle in traffic.
Same here.
Low speed stability, crawling. I didn't have to do my waddle or my duck walk.
Yeah, no duck walks.
Yeah. I just get moving, plonk my feet up,
Yep.
and I could do it. Very stable, very stable. It's only when moving it around I feel the weight.
The parking, I think this you need to be a little bit more anticipatory when you're like parking it.
Yeah.
I think that is what will save you. Otherwise, please help me.
Did they take a leaf out of the Himalayan strategy, or did Himalayan take a leaf out of these people's strategy? Both have the same thing. Once you get moving, it's fantastic. Stationary. Most motorcycles are like that, aren't they? Anyway, so weight-wise, handling-wise, I think there is no real issue. Yes, I would have liked it to be a little lighter. It is unusual for a motorcycle, the next iteration, to get heavier.
Yeah, and that too for a Japanese.
Yeah, and normally that is BMW strength, to make the motorcycle bigger and heavier with every iteration. So yeah, that is the one area right now I feel that could have improved. However, it makes up for it by the agility and the easy rideability.
And Busky, the engine character, it's simply amazing.
Probably helps the handling,
Yes.
the way it delivers torque. From 2500 RPM it starts to pick up, or 3 onwards it is great. From 5000 it's a
Yeah.
rocket.
I think the power kicks in at that point in time.
Yeah.
And for a 800cc, it belts really well.
How much did you weigh?
Should I say?
It's okay, you can say it, there's no proof, no evidence, nobody can hold us to it.
I was able to clock an easy 192 kilometers per hour.
Damn, I thought I was going fast. I did 177.
It still had some.
Yeah, it was accelerating. It was
Yes.
accelerating.
It didn't slow down.
Parallel twin, 270-degree crank. It sounds and fires like a V-twin. And I believe it's got 2 balancer shafts to cut out the vibes.
I never felt any vibes.
Yeah,
Bit of buzziness.
around 5,000 on the peg.
5,500-ish RPM, but it stays all the way up.
Stays the same.
Yeah, it says it remains static. But I wouldn't say it reduced my riding experience. It gave me an indicator, hey dude, you're going fast.
Yeah, it was more a feedback, right? To know that engine is running, the RPM, it's more of a feel. It didn't bother me at all. It is, in fact, I was looking for it. I happened to notice and find it. Then mind wanders to something else and I totally forgot about the vibration. There's nothing in the bar, seat, nothing, zilch, zero. Only on the, especially on the right peg, I felt it a bit more than on the left peg. I don't know, maybe because how I kept my foot or feet or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, there is a mild buzz. Power delivery,
Charm.
yeah,
Yes.
beautiful torque curve, like we said. City traffic is so easy to ride and it takes off like a bullet out of a gun. After riding the V-Strom 650,
You sure you want to bring that in?
no, just as a comparison, because a lot of V-Strom 650 owners would like to know how it compares. One of the biggest differences is the engine.
Yeah, the power delivery in this is very crisp, neat, to the T.
It will swallow the V650 for breakfast.
Not just for breakfast.
Light snack, is it?
Yes. I think they both are in the other end of the spectrum, Busky. So,
That was beginning to show its age. This is set a new benchmark.
yeah.
Brilliant engine. The gearbox, I found it a bit clunky. Did you find it clunky too?
Yes, I found it a bit clunky, but thanks to the quick shift,
Oh, quick shifter.
it was neat. I had a lot of fun quick shifting up, quick shifting down.
Bi-directional quick shifter. I'm still getting used to how to use the quick shifter properly and actually get the best out of it. The clunky gearbox and a bit of a hard clutch offset by the joy of the bi-directional quick shifter. Typical Japanese engine, super silent, no tap it noise.
Is it tap it or tap it?
No, we are obsessed with tappets. In our country, the mid-size segment buyer is totally possessed. Possessed. ಈ ದೆವ್ವ ಬಂತು ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ ತಮಿಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಯ್ ಪುಡಿಸಿರ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ. We have gone mental over tappet noise. I'm telling you, mental. I think if anybody has that possessed feeling about the tappet noise, they should buy Japanese motorcycles and just let it go. What about the heat?
For a Japanese engine, I found the heat tad high.
Yes. Well put, very well put. For a Japanese engine, it throws up a little more heat than what I expected. Or probably I'm benchmarking it against the legendary V650, which doesn't radiate any heat. That's one of the coolest running engines, probably because it is over-engineered in those days to accommodate a lot more performance, durability, endurance. This does throw up some heat. I could feel heat on my knees, upper shin and the lower thigh. I could feel the heat and I could feel some wafting up also. And also another thing about the engine. What about the exhaust note?
Good.
You thought about it. I know why you thought about it. Because you had to really think hard. What did I hear from the exhaust? It is so silent.
Yes.
One pain area in this. Guess what?
You mean the tire setup?
Yeah, tube type. Tube type setup. The previous V had the unique tubeless with a flange. That's made by DID, Japan. And I'm told it was developed specifically for the V-Strom 650 only.
Okay.
And it is not available for any other motorcycle. Transalp also is a tube type setup. In this country, we have that problem of punctures. all kinds of foreign objects on the roads. This is not a problem in most developed countries. Nobody speaks about or bitches and complains about, you know, a puncture or a flat tire, I need a tubeless setup and all that. But in our country, it is a pain. However, I guess we have the usual solutions of an Outex on the rear and ride on like I did on my Tiger 800. Hey, there was one interesting thing you pointed about on the tires, right?
ISI.
These tires have the ISI certification. This is the first time seeing on a imported tire. This is the Dunlops. These are Dunlops. They have the ISI certification. That means these can be sold and can be purchased legally in India. No need to pay with a kidney to buy a tire, because in the black market they are charging 10 to 20,000 rupees for a tire.
36, 38 is the going price for a pair.
Oh, goodness. I'm sure these will be cheaper, and I'm sure and I hope, I don't know if I can be sure, but I hope other brands take up this thing, get the ISI certification done so that we can have access to good tires at fair prices and not get ripped off. But I don't blame the people who sell it at that price, because it costs that much to smuggle it in and sell it. So, not their fault. It's not their fault. That's what it costs.
Yeah.
That's what it costs. What do you think of the lights, CK? Very unique looking miniature lights.
They look good.
Yeah.
Functionality.
Okay.
Yesterday in the city, it was okay. But in the morning when we started, it was like 5 o'clock. Dark, insufficient.
Again, the same thing. In India, we need lights everywhere, behind us, on top of us, under us also, because we don't know what will come from where or what will be lying in which part of the road. These are made for where surprises are very little, where light needs to go only where it needs to go, straight ahead. I don't need light on this side or this side, but here, like I said, we need here, I need here, I need one here also. So I guess aux lights are going to be the norm on this motorcycle too. Seat height, CK?
855.
No wonder it's on the edge. On the edge for my comfort. It's okay. Anything more, I'd be in trouble. 5'9", 5'10" between us. So just about manageable. That's an area, like I always say, skill up, very easy to overcome that fear of not being able to flat foot with both legs. What about the windscreen visor? It is neither here nor there. I would either put a tall screen or I would just rid of it, because this is exactly that mid-size windscreen which gathers everything and straight onto my face.
Yes.
So wind protection, not that much to talk about. I would put a taller screen or I would lower this, so either the wind hits me somewhere here or goes over here, or put in a Prospec. I'm sure Madan will come up with one Prospec windscreen extender for this and we'll be done.
True.
So CK, in summary, what would you say?
At this point in time, it's an ideal mid-weight motorcycle to have in the garage. People who are stepping up, people who are stepping down from the bigger ones, or people who are stepping up from the small ones to this, they just can't overlook it.
Sweet spot, right? Right in the middle.
Yeah.
If someone wants to get into this segment, the 10 to 16 lakh segment on road, this is the motorcycle to get into.
Yeah, I think this is ex-showroom 10.3 lakhs.
On road 13 lakh 13,000, which includes TCS, that tax collection at source. So I would say it is 13 lakhs 3,000.
Yeah. In Bangalore.
In Bangalore on road.
On road.
Good pricing.
Good pricing.
Good pricing.
Yeah, and for a motorcycle that you can tour all day long, 400 kilometer capacity in the tank.
Huge tank, huh?
Yeah.
Can't make out, it's such a big tank.
Out. Yes. So that takes care of majority of your requirements easily.
And light enough, nimble enough to commute. Single bike garage.
It can be, because the way I was handling in the traffic, yesterday, I had a thought.
So a scooter and a V-Strom 800D would be good, right?
Yeah, it is sufficient. Scooter to get the Nandini milk and this is to your office.
So if someone has a V-Strom 650 and is happy, content with the Japanese technology, Japanese reliability, durability, cost of ownership, and looking at something in the same segment without wanting to go up, it would be a fair upgrade.
Yeah, they have a good ecosystem. The service
Yeah.
is no nonsense, works well, parts are reasonably priced. You've experienced it, I've experienced it. So
So if my V-Strom was 5 years old and I was looking to change, and I did not, and I do not want to get into something those really big motorcycles, this step would be good. Yes, of course, provided my V-Strom is, because my V-Strom is 5 years old.
yeah,
If it's 1-2 years old, doesn't make sense. So CK, would it be correct to say, if I am a V-Strom owner, a 650 V-Strom owner, which is 4+ years old, and I'm looking to
step up.
get something newer, lighter, nimbler, but don't want to really get into the next segment, 18, 19, 20 lakhs onwards, want to stay here and want to stay in the Japanese ecosystem, would it make sense for me to buy an 800D?
Yes.
It will.
Yeah.
I
You're
think
just
so.
thinking like a typical Innova owner.
From the old Innova to the Krista.
Yes.
Yeah. Same ecosystem, simple enough, reliable enough, not drastically different, and worth that change.
Yes. Increments here and there which are felt, more
Yes.
importantly, which are experienced and doesn't exist on paper. This makes a good, strong case.
Good case, yes. Nothing drastically different. However, there is progress in every single aspect,
Yes.
except the price. Price hasn't gone up significantly.
I was surprised with the price.
The old V-Strom, when it was discontinued, was just about 50,000 less than this.
Yeah, 12ish something.
Yeah,
on road.
1230, 1240 or something on road.
Yeah.
They've done a fantastic job in getting it at that price. Totally worth it. And for those who are not in this segment, who are looking to get into this 10 to 15 lakh segment, risk free, or rather I say minimum risk,
Minimum risk.
buying a
yeah.
Suzuki. You're not going to burn a hole in the pocket by buying, not going to burn a hole in the pocket for maintenance, and it is going to be reasonable and reasonably easy to maintain and long lasting. There you go. Take a test ride to know more. That's the best way to find out if this is the motorcycle for you.
Cheers.